Hi, I'm Nina, you're the Interbank Hipster Darlings, and today we're going to talk about Blue Valentine, which is a movie that stars Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams. They play Dean and Cindy, who are a contemporary couple going through the evolution of their relationship and the ups and downs, and it kind of shows that romance isn't all fairy tales and love letters. Ryan Gosling plays Dean, who just wants to be a husband and a father and doesn't really have that much ambition to be anything else. Cindy is a nurse who is maybe potentially thinking about getting a better job, and this is kind of the last big culmination as to the eventual future of their relationship. Ryan Gosling is very charming as the dad, but I almost stopped watching this movie 15 minutes into it because the dog dies, and quite frankly, in the first 15 minutes, I was more invested in the damn dog than I was in any of the characters. Dean and Cindy are kind of unlikable and unrelatable at a face level, but they're that kind of couple that has been together forever and they fight a lot, and you're like, why don't you just break up? And they're like, but I love him. Can we tell that I've had a couple of these couples in my life before? Because yeah. They lie about the death of the dog to the kid, which very, very insensitive to me. Frankie is probably 5 or 6, but even then, like, I kind of wished that they had told the kid the truth, that the dog had gotten out and that the dog died, because death is a very real part of life, and it did make for a very awkward conversation between my mom and my dad and I when my first dog died, but it was a conversation that needed to be had. And these people are not super healthy in their relationship, so you can't go into this like trying to find a formula for what exactly went wrong, because there are multiple things that went wrong, not the least of which is having a kid together. I'm sorry, the kid is super adorable, and they both are trying to look out for the kid, but they're doing it in not the best way, and oh my god, all of the crap coming from the other side of the door is insanity to me. But, Dean's feelings on romance are very strange. The sex scenes in this are kind of very intriguing, not in the fact that the people are naked and having sex, that's kind of all good and fine and whatever, but the fact the sex scenes are super uncomfortable is kind of more intriguing than the fact that it's supposed to be like super sexy, which is a reality in that these people are not the best people to be together. They fight with sex, and it's very weird and it's very strange, and it's just not super comfortable to watch these people go through their marital problems during the sex act, and it's very interesting and strange. The sex hotel, the really cheesy sex hotel, had like an homage to old school Star Trek, which I thought was hilarious and fabulous and very funny and wonderful. This movie had a lot going for it, but the plot wasn't really there. It was a slice of life movie, which was kind of cool and something that hadn't really been done. It didn't glamorize this super unhealthy relationship. There's a bittersweet ending. There is a very, like, this is like the people that you don't want to be. But it had a great soundtrack. The cinematography in this was brilliant, but it was a long movie. Like, I kept looking at the the counter going, how much longer do I have in this movie? The climax is very, very uncomfortable too, because it's all of these people in this small little medical office, and there's like there's yelling and punching and fighting, and it's just super uncomfortable. And that climax is probably 30 minutes away from the ending, so that is a little bit frightening. But ultimately, this movie shows that there's no roadmap to relationships. There's no right way to go about it. It shows the reality that relationships are hard, and if you're not honest and you don't fully talk about it and you're not willing to listen, then it's not going to be good. I think that it definitely had a really good point. Summarized by the grandma in the film is that you have to be careful with the person that you fall in love with is worth it to you. And Dean and Cindy just kind of no longer seemed like it was worth it to them. So it was very, very good. I liked this film. I don't think I'll watch it again. And I might recommend it to someone who needs a sad movie, but I think that's all of my thoughts on this movie. What are some of your thoughts on relationships? Leave those down in the comments below, because I like talking about relationships with you guys, even though I've really only been in like one serious relationship, and we all know how that one ended, with sadness. But I will talk to you guys later. What are your thoughts on the movie? Leave those down in the comments below. I think I'm going to be back tomorrow with a questions video, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.